Hi, welcome back to the Dally Diaries. Kristel here. I'm so glad you found me, or I'm so glad you decided that I wasn't too annoying to stop you from coming back. Today I have got the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation. This one isn't super new, but it's not old really either. I just happened to come across it when I was at Priceline yesterday. They've expanded the collection of e.l.f. at Priceline, at least at my local one. It used to only be like one or two things, and now it's kind of a lot more. So that's really cool. It was $18. It is supposedly a medium buildable coverage and long lasting with 1% hydrating hibiscus complex. So I have already got my primer on, which is my LYS. I love this primer. It's a gripping serum primer, secure skin primer, but it's not like the Milk one. I mean, it's like a milder, more serum-y version, I guess, of the Milk Gripping Primer, the Hydro Grip. This one's nowhere near as sticky, but it still grips, which I find it does a really good job. Okay, so I've got that on. I'm just gonna pop some concealer on. I'm just gonna clip my fringe out the way as well. Whatever's going on with that. I'm not sure what the deal is. It's a very rainy, grey, gross day today, to be honest. Oh my God, I was just looking for the clip. It was in my other hand. Like a magician tricking myself. Oh, I got my ears pierced again as well. I got these lobes pierced again. I was supposed to go to the dentist, but I had a really crappy day at uni and was feeling like I was just too dumb to study. And so to cheer myself up, I cancelled the dentist and got my ears pierced again. Was it a very adulty decision? No, but that's okay because it was just a checkup that I had scheduled. So I have rescheduled it. It's fine. I went 6 months ago. All right, let's dive in. I grabbed one of my older concealers here. I don't even know if they still make it, but I love this concealer. It's the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Concealer. So I'm literally just going to put a couple of touches of this around the joint. I have not been using a lot of concealer lately. So, there we go. I'm looking a bit red. Billy's given up. He usually hangs out with me while I do this, my cavoodle. If you haven't met him, he has appeared in many videos. In fact, he was in my last one looking absolutely gorgeously adorable. But he gets depressed in this weather just like his mummy. We both can't cope with grey weather. I hate this weather. Oh, he's back. Hi, Bubs. Just put a little bit on my eyelids because they're a bit patchy. All right, I'm gonna zoom you in. I don't actually want to put too much concealer on. I kind of want to leave my red patches so we can see how well the foundation covers it up. I might do one side with a sponge and one side with a brush and see how we go. So I've just got this Sigma, what is this? Multitasker F47 brush here. I like this brush for my foundations. I really alternate between sponges and brushes. Okay. So we shall see. It feels nice and wet. Hopefully this color's all right. It's the, what color is it? 25 Light Neutral. Yeah, I think the color's gonna be fine. I have to be careful because I always take my foundation onto my earlobes, but at the moment I don't want to upset my new piercing. This is actually the second time I've had my earlobes second pierced. I had them done in Amsterdam a long time ago. This is spreading nicely. Yeah, many years ago on a Kentucky trip. And they never healed properly. And it was interesting because when I went to get, oh, that's quite full coverage, isn't it? It's looking okay. When I went to get them done the other day, I wanted them done with needles, not the guns, because I feel like they do a better job with needles because you can really control the placement and everything. And also because when I was a kid, when I first got my ears pierced, the gun kind of went crooked and got stuck in my ear. And so I had to wait for that to heal and then go back and have it done again when I was 7. And Yeah, that wasn't great. But anyway, so when the girl was doing it, she was like, oh, I can see where the old piercing was, and it was in a really weird location. And I agree, because when it was done, it was so far back and so far down my lobe that studs would like hang over the edge of my ear. I only have tiny ears, but I think this placement is so much better, and she kind of really knew what she was doing, which was great. So I'll go back and see her next time I want another piercing. Okay, that's how we are looking on that side. I think it's looking pretty good, pretty smooth. For a neutral foundation, I feel like it's definitely got a bit of warmth to it, which actually doesn't bother me because I prefer warm to cool foundations, but yeah. Let's try it with the sponge on the other side. Just got my damp. Real Techniques, I love. This is my favorite face sponge. Definitely put more foundation on than I needed. Oops. Okay, so that was definitely more than I needed. But anyways, let's just see how we can go blending that in. It's got a bit carried away. So with the sponge, it's looking really nice actually. The damp spongeroonie. It's funny how your face changes in like, you know, one week a foundation looks amazing, the next week I'm like, what was I thinking? And then I go back to it later when my skin's changed again, I'm like, oh yeah, this is so great. I think that looks good. I don't really suffer from dryness. If anything, I suffer from oiliness through my T-zone. So that's the place where it always struggles to stay on. Got little blemishes here and there, but yeah, seems to be covering quite well. It's covering the redness quite well. I think it looks nice. It'll be interesting to see. It's always my nose where things just turn into a big greasy pool of grease. My nose is still looking a little red, actually. Why is my nose looking red? I'm gonna go in again with my concealer. Okay, Bills, keeping an eye on the neighborhood. My little watchdog. My little cavoodle watchdog. Oh my gosh, you should see him right now. He looks so cute. He's sitting on the back of the chair, watching out the window. Neighborhood watch. All right, so I'm gonna powder because I always powder my foundation. So taking just the Givenchy Prism Libre, I don't know. I'm not learning French, I'm learning Spanish. Just gonna dot some of this onto the eyes. And I like to do my eyelids. Hopefully it's going to stop raining later this afternoon and I can get Bills out for a stroll, because we didn't get to go anywhere yesterday because it was drizzly rain all day. Like not even substantial rain, just drizzle. Which is annoying for everyone involved. It has a nice natural finish to it, but it definitely gives you decent coverage, especially with the amount that I put on. But you can still, like, my skin still looks natural. Because it's definitely not mask-like. It's definitely not like, hasn't just removed any flaws on my face. So I like that it still looks quite natural. And then I always go in on my nose with my Kiko Milano SPF 50 face powder. So we shall see how this lasts. And of course I will check in later. Woohoo! I just bought a new little portable light, so that makes filming away from here easier. I actually have a light source. Okay, so that's how the face is looking. It's definitely still got a shine to it, but I think it looks nice. Forehead. Okay. Okay, I am back. My eyebrows are done. I just used my Anastasia Brow Powder Joy in Caramel, and I also put on the Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Bronzer in Amber, which I actually really love the Anastasia Cream Bronzer formula. I think these are excellent. I actually originally didn't mean to order the color Amber, but luckily it still works. It may get a bit too much for my winter skin, but I still have dregs of my slightly browner face. So anyway, that is how the foundation looks. It looks very glowy to me. I mean, it just says a satin foundation. Get buildable, just right coverage, and a long wearing satin finish with the hydrating foundation. That's anything but basic. It looks glowy to me, but it looks nice. So we will see how it lasts, and I will check back in with you. I honestly feel like I was going to go in with my Hindash. I love to use this highlighter, the Peak Heat Gradient Highlighter, as a beautiful highlighty bronzer. I have a lot of glow. Oh, let's just do it anyway. But I have a lot of glow going on just with the foundation, which is surprising. I didn't expect it to be this glowy. Okay. But I do like a glow, so if it lasts, I'll be happy. Okay. So that's how my skin is looking, and I'm just gonna get on with putting some makeup on, get on with my day, and I will check back in later. See you soon. Hasta pronto. So it has been 3 hours, and I'm about to take Billy Bowie out for a walk, and please wish us luck because it has been raining all day and it's finally stopped, but it's still looking very ominous. So we'll see. But I just thought I'd have a quick look at the foundation before we depart because I'm going to be putting sunglasses on, and obviously that's going to be another test for the foundation and getting hot and sweaty. I think it looks really bloody nice. So I think it's wearing really well. I am a little bit shiny on my chin and my nose, but that is absolutely not out of the ordinary for me. And in saying that, it's definitely not the worst I've seen it. I'm actually really happy. I think it looks really nice. So yeah, well, it's going to be interesting to see how it holds up for the next few hours. I haven't touched up at all. Normally I would have powdered my nose by now, like multiple times. So I'm really happy so far. I thought it might be helpful just to see what the foundation looks like in natural light as well. Oh, there's Bills. There's no sunshine right now, so I can't really show you that. But yeah, I think it looks quite nice. Wish us luck for this walk. You ready to go walkies, Bills? You want to go walkies? Okay, let's go walkies. Okay, it's the 8-hour check-in, and it is actually dark and kind of late because I didn't put my makeup on until late today. But anyway, it is 8 hours later right now, and I have not touched up my makeup at all. I have not powdered. I have done nothing. I took Billy out for a walk today and had my sunnies and stuff on, and so like I've been out in the wind and stuff, and this is how the makeup is looking. So definitely it's wearing on the nose, but it doesn't look patchy. It's just my natural oils are coming through there. And I'm actually really quite impressed with how this looks after a full day of wear with zero touch-ups. I normally powder my nose a lot throughout the day, so I'm really quite impressed. I'm just like ready to get into bed now. So yeah, I'm impressed with how that's wearing, and tomorrow I'm going to put it on again. I actually have to go to a breakfast with some of my girlfriends tomorrow, and one of my friends is down visiting from Queensland. So I'm going to wear it out to breakfast, and then I'll check in again tomorrow and just see if I'm enjoying how it's going tomorrow. All right, back with you soon. Night, night. Good morning. I'm just about to go out for brunch with my girlfriends, and I have got the Soft Glam foundation on again. I forgot what it's called for a second there. And I think it looks really nice. Again, I'm really I'm really happy with how I actually am really enjoying this foundation. $18 Australian, that's really good. So I guess we will see how it wears as the day goes on. I'll keep you updated. Okay, so I just had my brunch with the girls and there was some unscheduled crying that occurred. And so I feel like it's a little bit unfair to really judge the foundation at the moment because it's just been put through the ringer a little bit. And yeah, I've just started taking hormone replacement because of having my ovary removed. And honestly, I think it's the hormones going crazy. But I feel so blessed to have this incredible group of supportive, beautiful, strong females in my life that I'm so lucky to call my friends. Anyway, getting sidetracked. So the foundation, considering the avalanche that it's just been through, I think still looks pretty good. Obviously, it was worn quite a bit through this area because that's where the water happened. But in saying that, I still think it looks pretty good. So I actually am really enjoying this foundation. I'm going to give it a better run tomorrow. I just want to take off my makeup now and I just need to get ready for tomorrow and I just need to be comfy and cozy and in a little bit of self-care mode. So I'm going to wear the foundation tomorrow to uni and I will let you know how it goes. Okay, this is how my makeup is looking this morning. And I think it looks really nice once again. I think this foundation is really nice. I applied it with a sponge and I've got a little bit of powder just through my nose and around my eyes. Loving it. We'll see how we go. The time at the moment is 9:20 a.m. So I'll check in later. Okay, home from uni. I've got this little fella next to me. And it's definitely worn off my nose. I can see the foundation, like I'm looking quite shiny there. It doesn't look patchy, just a little shiny. And a little bit of wear on my chin there, which is not surprising because I have a habit of like sitting with my hand on my chin when I'm in class. So I feel like that happens with pretty much anything. So it's definitely not bulletproof, but I still think it looks nice. Up close and personal. It looks nice and natural. What do you think, Bills? I forgot to point out that it is now 2:30 in the afternoon. So it's been on for maths, anyone? 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 5 hours. Yes, I did that with my fingers. Okay guys, it's now been 9 hours since I put on my foundation and I haven't touched it up. So there's definitely some grease coming through on my nose, but on the whole, I think it still looks pretty good. So I've been at uni today and I have been out in the air. What else? Oh, I've been running errands, did some grocery shopping. So yeah, so this is how the foundation looks. I think it looks pretty natural. I actually don't mind the way that it's wearing. And I think if I right now just go in with some powder, it will actually touch up pretty well. So let's go in a little bit tighter so you can really see what's going on. So I think it looks pretty nice. It's definitely not an infallible kind of foundation. You know, it's not bulletproof. It's not going to last forever. But I like it. I've enjoyed wearing it. I like the way that it wears. And I do think that it looks nice and natural on my skin. It doesn't sit funny. It doesn't look flaky anywhere. So I'm pretty happy with that. Let me just add a teensy bit of powder. Billy's jumping around like a nutter. There we go. Alrighty. Also, I just want to say a massive, massive thank you to everyone who saw my short video where I was ugly crying and I was in a really, really bad emotional place. And just the words of kindness that you offered me, I can't even tell you how much that actually meant to me. I felt so unsure about posting that video, but I felt it was important to do it even though I was very vulnerable, because I think we need to understand that some of the treatments for hormonal illnesses in fact, all of the treatments for hormonal illnesses can cause some really yucky side effects and can make you feel really crap. And it was just my personal experience with the HRT that I was using to try and counteract some of the effects that I had from having my ovary removed for endo. So anyway, I thank you. I thank you so much for holding that space for me, for not judging me, for just being really compassionate and understanding. And I hope that if you are going through something similar, that you have that same love around you, and I'm definitely sending it your way. So anyway, I just wanted to say thank you. So if I just went through with some powder there, touched it up, and yeah, I think it looks fine. It's pretty good to go. And in case I didn't, I think I might have mentioned it, but my skin is pretty normal. I have pretty normal skin except for an oily T-zone and a nose that makeup loves to just not be on. It just loves to not be there. So I've been pretty happy with this foundation. I've quite enjoyed it, in fact. So for $18, I think that was a really good buy. And I think if you have normal skin and you like a fairly nice natural finish, it still has coverage, definitely still has coverage, but it has a nice skin-like finish, and I think it wears away nicely. So if that is something that you think you might like to try, I think go for it. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope that you found this helpful in some way, and I hope that you'll consider subscribing and leaving a thumbs up, comment before you leave. Have you tried the Soft Glam foundation? What was your experience of it? And do you have oily, dry, or combo skin? Because I think that definitely makes a difference. All right, thank you so much for being here. Take care. I'll be back with you very soon at the Dally Diaries. Much love.